Hello everyone, this is Vortex, and in this video I'm going to talk about the Spirit Temple. The Spirit Temple is the 4th or 5th temple for adult Link, depending on your own preference. It is probably the most temple-like out of all the temples that are featured in Ocarina of Time. The Spirit Temple is now used as a thief's hideout. It's quite a good location actually, as the majority of people can't cross the Haunted Wasteland, as they have neither the hover boots, the longshot or the lens of truth. It seems that the original purpose of the Spirit Temple was for worshipping the goddess of the sand. The Spirit Temple is without a doubt one of the most religious temples in the game. The crescent and moon symbol, which was replaced in the GameCube version onwards, makes a very strong resemblance to the Islamic symbol of the crescent moon and star. Considering the very Middle Eastern feel and design of the Gerudo and the desert, this is not surprising at all. Some people believe that the symbol was replaced due to complaints, but Nintendo actually removed it on their own to avoid controversy in the future. Now the big difference between the Spirit Temple and the other temples is its duality. There is a child and an adult section. At the entrance to the temple there are two statues who refer to this duality. If you want to gain access to all parts of the temple, you need to switch between being a child and an adult. Notably, the two halves of the temple have a very different style of puzzles. There are also two dungeon items. The chests for these items are placed outside the temple on top of the hands of the goddess of the sand. Curiously, the left hand holds the child Link item and the right hand holds the adult Link item. This corresponds to the sides that the statues inside the temple identify as child and adult sections. Lastly, even the boss is a duality, of fire and ice. So why is duality so important in this temple? The temple itself is quite symmetrical. If you draw a line straight down the middle, you will have two similar sides. There are a total of 3 throne rooms, one in the east wing, one in the west wing, and one behind the statue's head in the boss room. These thrones are meant for 3 important figures. The witches Kauma and Kotake seem to be in charge of the temple, and they are around 400 years old. They are a lot older than any being alive today. The Gerudo could have built the temple hundreds of years ago, with the 3rd throne, the one in the middle, built for the goddess herself. The other 2 thrones were for Kauma and Kotake, so they could be at the goddess's side. Now this is where it gets interesting. Kauma and Kotake have shown they are able to use mind control magic. It's not much of a stretch to assume they could have controlled the original Gerudo who built the temple. Twinrova is capable of very complex magic. People could have attributed her ability to do so as signs of divinity. Over time, the descendants of these Gerudo started to genuinely believe in the goddess and dedicated their religion to them. The fused form of the witches Twinrova could have easily been mistaken as the actual goddess herself. Kauma and Kotake refer to the Spirit Temple as their temple. They could mean the temple is dedicated to them. There are 2 statues visible of the goddess of the sand. One is outside and is the face of the temple, and the other one is in the middle of the temple. It acts as a gateway to the boss room. Both statues have snake elements in them. Snakes are often used as symbols for evil or malice. Kauma and Kotake are evil beings, and they want nothing more than to take over Hyrule by any means necessary. It's unclear why the followers of the goddess of the sand would depict her with having evil traits, but it could be seen as a warning that things are not as they seem. Notice how you also have to melt the face of the statue away in order to uncover the boss room. It's like you're melting the facade of the goddess away, her fake humanity, in order to uncover she is nothing but evil inside. All of this leads me to believe that the goddess of the sand is in fact Twinrova, and that the Spirit Temple is dedicated to her.